Guys, welcome back. Sound Design Hangout, SDHO. How are you? How are you doing? Did you enjoy the last Sound Design Hangout when we covered subtractive synthesis in Ableton's native analog device, Drift, which is its newest synthesizer? Everyone has Drift, whether you have Ableton Live Intro, Standard, Suite, and I sort of gave a nice little visual representation of what subtractive synthesis does with Operator, which is actually where we're going to be spending the majority of our time today, because we're going to be moving from subtractive synthesis to FM synthesis, and FM synthesis stands for, or FM stands for frequency modulation, and we're gonna have an amazing time. Hope you enjoyed the other one. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm sort of like going over the different, there's really like just a few synthesis methods. Subtractive synthesis, no, I'm not gonna name them all right now, because what I wanted to say is I was gonna say,
I just wanna say I went over to Gemini's NFT page over on OpenSea, and I just wanna say that I bought a few of these NFTs to support this young man you may not know. In addition to loving his Ableton, he is also a 3D computer graphics artist. Yeah, that's all the thumbnails made by that wonderful Gemini guy. Although he doesn't actually refer to himself as Gemini, but you should go over there and help this man out. It is verifiable, so if you wanna own SDHO 59, it will say you own a blockchain, have that, cause you have that NFT and a lot of other goodies, as you will see. Follow me, let's go to the SDHO show. Wonderful.
These synthesis methods are how the harmonics of the sound changes over time, and there's typically a way in which that happens. Now, you might be thinking, good for you, you might be thinking, well, harmonics over time, that has to do with what sort of synthesis method and how you would use that to get the desired sounds. Well, what other ways does sound change over time in addition to harmonics? And I want to just touch on that quickly. So essentially it's volume. These are like the core fundamental areas of a sound that can change over time, and as you modulate, that pace of change over time, that's the backbone of sound design. So you got volume, pitch, and timbre. Timbre is the makeup of the harmonics, so like, every sound, and we're in Operator here, just before we get into FM, just to sort of go over, if right now we're in envelope view, you see this nice envelope, we're in shell A. We're only going to hear A because there's a level of A. There aren't levels on any of these, so we'll actually just deactivate these just for simplicity purposes. And right now in A, we can choose any of these. Right now it's on sine, and sine is just, and you absolutely know, into the audio effects, we have to get a spectrum. Not spectrum, spectrum. I don't even know why. It just popped into my head, okay? I'm happy because things will pop into my head from time to time, and hopefully so it's just one. Now we're in here, okay, so instead of the envelope, okay, we're on envelope, see, we go to oscillator, go to the 6. This thing is like buggy, you know what I mean? Like, it just, please fix that, Ableton. So this says it's a sine wave. There's only the fundamental. The fundamental is the pitch. So if I play a C note, we have to have this here. We're playing this C at 278 hertz. I want it deeper, bassier. So I'm shifting it down an octave, which is down 12 semitones. You already knew that. Got it. fact, I'd like to play a different note. I'm playing my laptop keyboard, which you can activate with this thing up here because it's very convenient for me when I have this sort of a setup. And but I'm going to go to MIDI effects. I'm going to go to a pitch, double-click pitch, and I want this to be an A. Is that A? No, that's F. No. No. Hey mate, you don't know what the A note is? What is you, mental? I'm gonna go into here. See, it'll still say C. But it's actually like shifting it down because I want to play in like an A scale. In fact, I'm gonna click this to go back. Is this A still? Wonderful. So anyways, guys, going back into this oscillator, this is the pitch. I'm playing this pitch. I'm playing an A. Now, until I start adding harmonics, it's still A. We just have harmonics, right? So right now we're making a saw wave. Now, if you can see over here, you got all these saw waves. So this is saw 4. Don't know why this dumb thing happens. See? And if we were to go from a saw 4, why does it do that? I'm mad at you. Don't make me mad. Square it and see how it separates them. See? See? In fact, that's actually what a triangle wave is. It's basically a square wave, but just like sloped like that. Wonderful. I learned what the triangle wave is. I love triangles. I love pyramids. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. And so what subtractive synthesis said is it was like, oh, let's start you off with all of these like harmonics in place. And then let's use a filter to change the harmonic makeup over time. See how they're going down? Because this filter is changing the harmonics. What are the harmonics? The harmonics is not this, the fundamental, this is the pitch we're playing, but it's these. So it's changing the harmonics over time. So you would start with a very bright wave, like because it gives you like more stuff. And so like if you want a punchy sound, well then you would take the filter frequency down, you would go to the envelope, and you would give it an envelope. So, you would then get... So what it's doing is it's starting it here and going swooping it down. Is that Merlin? What sort of dog or rabbit or squirrel is messing with you now, little chunky? And what's cool is you can like always go in here with oscillator and just like do something like this. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That's not what we're doing. We are wanting to talk about the frequency modulation synthesis. What do you know about the frequency modulation synthesis? What do you know about the FM synthesis? What do you know about that and subtractive synthesis and how they is different? Why don't you tell me? Actually, don't tell me. I want to know a lot more. How was your week? How was your day? How is it going? I will listen to you, whatever you have to say, just for a little bit while I take a little quick drinky breaky here before we get into the FM frequency modulation. How was your day? I will listen. Go. What? Oh. More? Wait, tell me more? Huh? You have to be lying. Tell me more. You walked into a store, you wanted a burrito, and you got your burrito, and when you got home, the burrito was like really small, like they just gypped you, and you paid like $12? Seriously? Oh my God, you didn't get guacamole, did you? Oh, you did? Well, what happened? Like the guy just rolled a mini burrito? Was it like his first day on the job? Oh, you don't know? Why didn't you tell him when they were making that horrible small mini burrito? You didn't? Because you were afraid to speak up? Well, I'm trying to tell you guys, everything boils down to everything boils down to spirituality, or just psychology. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get mad about someone screwing up your order when you're watching them screw up your order right in front of your face, mate. You should have said something. You know what they say? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. You ever hear that term before? Colloquialism, is that what it's called? Chunky's chewing on Doogie. Oh, hey, Tongu. I should have put you in the video, Tongu. He looks so cutie. He's chewing on the little Doogie, and he's got like the dog's like foot and stuff. He's like, boy, you're so cute, Chunky. Especially like if you like that Chunky, if you know about that Chunky, he is a good boy. He loves the frequency modulation synthesis. It is his favorite. Okay, let's get into it. So, subtractive synthesis. It was the first synthesis. A long time when all you had was a sine wave, a square wave, and a saw wave, and you already know what those are. We already talked about those and the harmonic makeup of those. And that was the first type of synthesis. Then we got FM synthesis, which I do believe happened at the very end of the 70s. And someone said, hey, mate, you was lying because like FM synthesis is known about the 80s. You know, you listen to like any major, movie soundtrack from the 80s and you got that FM synthesis. It's the 80s. Why is you lying to me and telling me that it was the 70s? That is ridiculous, man. You're the Bullocks, man. Because, like, that's apparently when this dude at some university figured it out. I believe it was in the late 70s, and then they started hitting the markets on the 80s. And so, FM synthesis said something else. They said, well, what if we approached harmonics in a different way? What if instead of relying on a filter to sculpt the harmonics of a saw wave or a square wave, what if we used just a sine wave? Because, oh baby, we is just going to be using this sine wave right. And what if we did something to that sine wave? What if we had something modulate that sine wave? And from there, we created our own harmonics. And not just played with the harmonics in a different way, but we got sounds that were so much different than the traditional up to now, at that point in time, late 70s, square wave, sine wave. So we still have our wave, but now let's activate B. Now, the reason why it's called operator is because in the early days of FM, these were called operators. So even though we're turning up the level and you're seeing these harmonics start to come in, you're not hearing B. You're not hearing B at all. You're hearing the effect of B on A. Right now, B, this level of B, is modulating A. And when it does that, and by the way, it is on a sine wave. And in fact, the most basic first FM synthesizers, they didn't even have any option for you to do anything other than a sine wave. Almost like it was driving the point home that we are not using these other waves. We are not using these other wave oscillators, square. We're able to create these crazy sounds with just sine waves and a frequency modulation synthesis. Because what you could do, and this is why it gives you this flexibility, you don't have to do sine wave. But you could also go in there and then do like a bright square wave. If you wanted to, but you don't have to. You don't have to. We're probably going to stick with just sine waves because it's more true to the FM synthesis. And, yep. So okay, I want to do like a filter sweep or something, okay? So let's go into Chia, and now we've got this envelope, so each time you click one of these shells, it will update. So we go into this oscillator A, and let's give it an attack, okay? So again, it's fading in the effect, and I want it to sort of like get to its peak and then die down. You want to give it some release, of course, and make sure we go into A and get some release too. Maybe give it a little bit of an attack. See what went up and whoa, that effect. So it's kind of like if we went back into A and we went to do like something like this and then gave it like a filter envelope. It's like kind of like the same thing. We have to lower this filter frequency amount. Right? That's very like... But turn it off and go to the B and... So it's got like a very like different sound. And if you did it, like got rid of the attack. Push up the attack, you can get a lot of really like crazy sounds. So yeah, it was that's what it does. And tutorial over, go home. You can go home now. Drive safe, everyone. Beep beep. We'll see you later. No, don't worry. I was just kidding. It won't be ending. We'll be doing other fun stuff, some other things that I was thinking about. By the way, if your worst problem is someone screwing up your burrito, I think you have life pretty good. On the previous episode, you know, you were at work and some old person that was senile was spit on you or something. That's kind of more of a big deal. But, you know, if someone's screwing up, actually, I'll be honest with you guys. I only had one job during college, and it was working at a burrito place, and it was my first day on the job, and they, like, taught me how to, like, make a burrito, and I was, like, making it. And then I looked at it, and like the burrito was supposed to be like this big, and it was like that big, and I was like, oh shit, man. And I was like, oh dude, I hope this person isn't pissed off. And I like, he'd say, well, why don't you just redo it? Well, it was like, it's getting into rush hour at the burrito shop, you know what I'm saying? That line's gotta keep moving. It's about the profitability, it's about the economics of the burrito place, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh shit, bruh. And I like threw it in there, and I was like, man, today was gnarly. I made this person a burrito, and man, that's probably the smallest burrito they ever ate. Boy, that was not cool, man. I don't know, maybe I sounded like that. Maybe I did. So it's really weird. That's FM synthesis, and what's cool is you can come into these things and like, all right, let's go back to one. Let's something's happening weird here. There shouldn't be any harmonics. Oh, it's... How the hell did square... Oh, okay, I didn't change it back. You got envelope, you got oscillator tab. Let's go into this on oscillator tab. Let's go into the 16th note. Right now is sine wave, so all you will see is the fundament here. No, not yet. You're getting too ahead of yourself. Now you hit the button. You can do this when you do more of the, I do not even know, maybe I do one right to the just for effect. And so you can go into the envelope and get these very nice interesting sounds. So why is there a filter here? Well, to give you more functionality, silly. I mean, of course, right? But here's the thing, mate. Take the envelope off. I don't want to rely on this to completely sculpt my harmonics. Because if it gets too bright, I have to adjust this, like I would have to adjust the envelope percentage amount on the filter. But what I like to do, and this is just my preference, so I'm giving you just the way I prefer to do it, I like to get like a really gnarly like FM sound and then use the filter in the most traditional subtractive ways to say, okay, now we've got this bright sound that doesn't sound anything like a harmonically bright, dense saw wave or square wave, but now we're going to use the filter envelope in a way like subtractive. That's just the way I like to do it, because you want to have all of those harmonics there so you have the ability to like use them when you then get to the Filzia. Like right now, the first Filzia on a low pass is all the way open, so I'm getting something very gnarly here. No. Too much. But if I take down the Filzia and then get some of this envelope, and then what you can do, whoa, CPU spike out of nowhere. How dare you? I'm only using operator and I'm on a pretty souped up computer. How dare you? So you go to this course and you can move it up. You can get these interesting, but when you like, let's make it go on the 1. Let's turn on the C. Now you've got these like algorithms, which we're not going to get into, but like C or D, see this top down thing right here? It's like D is going to modulate the waveform of C. C is going to modulate the waveform of B. B's then going to modulate the sound of A, and then that's what you will hear. So let's give it some, and then you can give it like a little punch. Let's take the transpose up. A good trick is if you do this spread, look at how like wide it gets. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Now we're not using any effects. Let's go to the audio effects, and I have a feeling that the phaser might sound very good with it. Put it after the EQ and the compressor, because it goes through the EQ, it takes out the filter frequencies that you do not want with the EQ, then the compressor will compress it, and then it gets feed into the phaser phalangia. But we don't begin on not to the phalangia. I hate the phalangia, and I don't even care too much about the doubler, but I like the phaser phalangia. No, I like the phaser. Take down the dry wet, unless you is a psychopath. Put it on hertz. Always play with that dry wet. Dude, why would that spike the hell out of me rig? That's ridiculous. Sometimes, I mean, like, I still say that sometimes there's just like energies in the house, but like, I've got an i9 8-core 16 gigs of RAM MacBook Pro that's like about 3 years old. I'm using operator, a native Ableton effect, no plugins. Like, that shouldn't happen. I don't know, man. Sometimes it does that, sometimes it doesn't. Like, I'm holding down 4 notes and it's gonna jump up to, well, I mean, it doesn't matter if it jumps up to whatever. It only matters if it does it. I don't know, that's pretty annoying. That's kind of annoying me. Whatever. It's because the dark forces are trying to ruin the SDHO. They said, hey, this dude right here is going to finally explain the secrets of the FM frequency. More people are gonna understand it. Then there's gonna be a shift, a vibrational tipping point where all of a sudden everyone on the planet with the collective consciousness is gonna rise above the traditional knowledge of the sound design synthesis. Now they're integrating the higher dimensional harmonics of the 5th dimensional frequency modulation FM syntheses. They're going to get to the next level and they're going to break free. Society is going to break free from their chains. They was always enslaved in their mind, enslaved in the consciousness. The Matrix, have you escaped the Matrix? Oh my God, he is tying it all into the sound design synthesis, frequencies, modulation. Oh my God, he's going mental, but I love it. Wonderful. Okay, let's get back into there. How long have you been using Ableton for? Oh. Well, welcome, and, you know, oh, you've been using it for a good amount of time. Sorry, it's hard to answer so many people at once, you know. Even though I know we're going multidimensional and quantum, it's still kind of hard to do that. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. You're doing good. Keep it up. Well, for starters, you know how like people say, stop watching tutorials, it gets in the way and you never make any... No. Bullocksman. I'm telling you, man, like, I've gotten so much better at making videos and gotten so much better at, like, using Final Cut Pro, my video editor, to even help me make better art. I got so much better, like, watching, like, videos of people doing different things in Final Cut Pro, even like Photoshop and After Effects, programs I don't use just to see what they do and then incorporating them when I make art, when I make the thumbnails. And I realized if I didn't watch that many tutorials on YouTube, if I didn't watch that many Ableton videos, there would just be things I wouldn't know that well. So like, yes, don't just like do nothing but watch videos, Ableton tutorials, and you know, don't only use Ableton and never watch anything because you have to be like some like purist or whatever, some fundamentalist or whatever. Just do both. And actually, just do whatever the hell you want, man. Life's been tough enough on you. You've put in the blood, sweat, and tears. You deserve some good beats. You deserve some good times. You deserve some good mind flowing, coming in. What are we gonna do with this? What is we gonna do? Are we gonna go mental? Why would that shoot up that ridiculously high? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna go into here, 256. No, I wouldn't go to 512. It's already at 13.8 milliseconds of latency. I honestly have no idea, but I'm like kind of curious if this like computer, for some reason, it's like audio unit is off or something. I don't know. It shouldn't be a big deal. Whatever. I want to get a really nice code, and let's see where we're at right here. Okay, I want to create a code. Okay. I'm gonna go into the scale. I'm gonna keep it here. I'm gonna go to the minor. Wonderful. I'm gonna go to the legacy, and I'm going to hover over it if it is not selected, or nice droppy shadow on this middle node. And I'm gonna go to the option drag, hold down option. I'm not sure what it is on a PC. Maybe it is option, maybe you do got an option button, I don't know. And I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, minor third, because we are doing the minor scale, because we love that minor scale. Then we gotta go 4, 5, 6, 7 for the minor triad. Let's see what this sounds like. Push play. Honestly, I'm like very upset. I really feel like there's like a dark demonic force that's trying to screw up the video. I'm not running any intensive like CPU stuff, nothing at all. This is ridiculous. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not gonna allow fear, and I'm not gonna allow the dark side to try to screw up this production. It's just not gonna happen, my friends. All right, I'm gonna come into here. I'm gonna put this out, move it out a little bit. And then I'm going to take this guy, 8, 9, 10. This would be the octave above. I don't want that. These got slightly off the grid. This is a minor 9. See if this makes a difference. Really? So like the only way you wouldn't want to do that is if you hit a note and you couldn't hear it. If you were hitting notes, that's cool. No, it still is doing that. Oh my god, whatever. So I want to make some beat patterns now. So what we're gonna do is get the MIDI track and give it a nice cyan color. And let's do a 707. Where's the 707? Because it's really good if you just kind of like know where your drums are. So is it 707 core? Yeah, I think so. But we need to really smash it down with some glue compressor. We really need to get some like distortion saturating. Otherwise, it's gonna sound like really lame. So let's go into here and let's sing lunch. Duplicate it. Maybe do some sincere. No. Duplicate it again. Maybe do once here. Maybe it's right here. I'll leave it right here for this time being. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. How you been? How you been? How you been? Wonderful, 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 wonderful. How you been? It's time to begin. Oh, you know, I told you that like I don't like to shift things off grid, but one thing you would is like to sort of like shift the hi-hats a little bit. So I could play and I'm gonna hold command and I'm gonna hit to the right to like move it off a little bit like that. Like see what's going on? Open up the groove. Open up the groove. Give the groove to the 16. See if you can hear the sound change. It's too much. So turn the timing down, you silly goose. Zero's none. Move it up till it sounds good. Without. It grooves a little bit better, doesn't it? Go to Z32, go to Z32. Does it sound good or no? Goes to Z32. Option drag over there. Does it sound good on the how do you say, the 32? No, make me go mental. that sounded kind of nice. That was an accident. That's what they say. Die happy accident. Go to the operator. Go to the audio effects. Go to the gate. Go to this triangle button so you get this chain, this side chain, and go and click this 707 chord kit. I just want to get some like rhythmic chop. I got an idea. Go to the autobahn, go to the mode, go to the phase, go to the rate. I do not like it. Let's turn it off. Compressor will do a similar thing. They're both chopping the volume. I do not like it. I do not like it at all. Let's go to the auto filter. This is better because it does with the, how do you say, filter? You got to add the envelope. Okay, a little bit amount. Keeps the gate. Because this does the volume. Remember I said there's 3? I don't know, I like the auto filter. If you do the opposite way, you have to do this. You can also get some filter today. You did not say a track because we're doing it. Let's go to the instruments, go to the operator because why not? I need to get familiar with the scale on this laptop. Selected, and so go to the maybe the 16 for the quantize. No, it's not what I'm trying to do. So duplicate it here and says more snare. How could you not have more snare? Launch this clip. Oh no, not ready to get it. Okay. Do some snare. More snare. I do not know if it will sound good, might sound crazy. Wow, that actually sounds amazing. It's making me go mental. I'm just guessing. Oh my god, but I just... It's mental. It's making me go mental. How's this sounding good? I don't know. I don't even know who's putting these down. Is it me? Is it the consciousness? Is the consciousness vibrational frequency? I don't even know what's happening right here to me. What is going on? This is amazing. How is it even lining up? It's sounding amazing. It's making me go mental. You saw. I'm telling the truth. I was not taking steroids. I was not taking the Ableton steroids. I'm telling you. I did not know it was going to happen like this. Let's get in audio track. Let's open up the and let's go to the resampling and let's the reason why we're doing this. Wanna know why? Because warp mode, repitch. Check it out. I took down the BPM. We need like a higher, like a percussion loop like that. Have I made you go mental? Have I made you go mental? Do you even understand frequency modulation right now? A little bit better than before. Do you even understand? Has you be doing a handstand? What about that subtractive synthesis with the filter on low pass? Friend, is you getting it a little bit better? Now they got that frequency modulation. FM in D operates, yeah. And you still got that filter so that you can do all that stuff, so long as your computer isn't going mental, isn't been able to handle the frequencies. It's not actually that, it's actually the energies. You know, in about 1 week we've got the final eclipse of the eclipse season, and it's the full moon. We building power to the full moon. The full moon, lunar eclipse in Taurus. What the shit is you already preparing for it? Is you losing your mind? Is you going mental? Is you realizing that your mind is your being, is your essence, is escaping time, escaping that vibrational essence of the old world of the 3D? You is moving on, you is moving to the higher dimensional consciously. We go into the higher multi-dimensional flows of the higher fifth dimensional consciousness, that multi-dimensional consciousness, quantum. We's all going quantum. It's just we're all happening at different rates. How are you doing? How is you flowing? How is you going? Do you like these beats? I'm be telling you without a doubt, without a shade, without a sliver of a doubt, I be loving that auto field south side chain. It's be massaging me brain. I love it. I been loving these beats. I be loving them grooves, and we be doing it all. I even love the noobs. What's going on? What is going and flowing? You've been good to yourself. Be easy on yourself. Be easy to one another. Love one another. If you get triggered, say, hey mate, you's hurt my feelings. This is how I feel when you says this. Can we achieve a greater harmonic vibrational essence? You already know it's all coming out, it's all effortless. Perhaps, possibly on the next one, if me computer isn't being crazy, isn't being all Jekyll and Hyde. What the hell is going on? You screwing with me mind. I'm gonna say next time we's probably either gonna be doing the granular synthesis, or maybe the wavetable synthesis, or maybe the physical modeling synthesis. You've been good, you deserve it all. Stop crying about your burrito, it's all gonna be good. It's all gonna be good. We's moving to the golden age on the planet. Everything's about to be good. You're wonderful.